let's start the Mega Man winning number system using the IDC system for December 13 to December 17. And nobody won the Mega Man, so the jackpot will roll over to 440 million. And even though it's a big amount, it's going to take a long time or a while to get to 1 billion again. And how many weeks until December ends? About 3 weeks, so that means about 6 to 8 draws. That would not be enough to bump up the jackpot to 1 billion. So now, before we get started, you can subscribe, donate, share, and like my video. Donate through Google Wallet or PayPal. Use the closed capture button. And remember, nothing is guaranteed. Please trust yourself and email me for any game prediction or request at hyper_linkster@yahoo.com. hyper_linkster@yahoo.com for any game prediction or request. And if you want to learn my lottery coaching system, email me also for that. Goes up to part 14, which is invincible numbers. 16, I mean, 14, 15, 16 is invincible numbers. So you want to learn that. 17 that you created. And game prediction for Mega Man and Powerball. We'll have the random generator also. So you're going to have the ID secret breakdown with the random number generator to that private prediction. And this is the last ID secret system that was used. And probably going to use this one for Friday's draw. And I'm going to show you the new one also for Friday's draw you can use. But I'm using this one for Friday's draw. And you can email me for the breakdown. Like I said, before we dig into the numbers, the 25 was the top 5 Powerball, Mega Ball that was predicted last draw. 25 had came. It was a top 5 Mega Ball. So 25 was predicted using an ID secret breakdown. For those of you who got the list, you know 25 was in the top 5 list. And there's 2 second prize sold in California and Wisconsin because due to the fact that 18, 31, and 31, 46, and 61 repeated. Let's close this down. 31, 46, 61 repeated. So from last draw, you can see the date 31, 31, 46, 46, 61, 61. So these 3 repeated. So what do you think? You think they're going to repeat these 3 same number again? If they do, only have to guess the other 2 correct to get the $1 million, or just play the other 100 something combination associated with each number. So now 36 has 50 combination. For instance, if you play 31, 46, and 61, you need to play the other 800 combinations associated with each number that's not one of the 3 repeated Mega Balls. So that means if you think 31, 46, and 61 is going to come out, you play 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6. You play 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 6, 2, 7, 2, 8, and so on and so on. So you play all those combinations. That's still a lot of combination to play. So if you think those numbers are going to repeat it, maybe 1 is going to repeat again, 2 is going to repeat, 3 is going to repeat, or all of the number from last 2 draw that repeated will not repeat. Who knows? And that 31 can scroll down. That 31 has lottery skips. Look at last 4 draw 31 repeated 4 times. Look at lottery skips. 46 repeated 2 times. 61 repeated 2 times. Those are lottery skips of those numbers. Now let's get back to the IDCQ system. And last draw was hard, even though 2 people won the second prize. It was a hard draw. Nobody would have known to pick 3 numbers repeated, right? You wouldn't have picked 3 numbers repeated because that means they didn't shuffle the lottery machine well. or they did a lot of lottery testing, and therefore that number coincidentally came up after the testing in the real draw. So I say they did a lot of lottery testing that screwed up the machine, bump up the jackpot with 3 repeating numbers. And if you were to play the 18 from the last, in this IDC system, 18 is not in the IDC system. 31 is in quadrant 1. And it's going to be also in quadrant 1. 13 is in quadrant 2 or 2 and 4. Now that 13 has more than one frequency. 46 is not in the IDC system. 54 is also in quadrant 2 with one frequency. 61 is in quadrant 3, I mean. And then, sorry about that. Then 25 was predicted as the Mega Ball, or will be in quadrant 1. So you can see that this IDC system only has 4 winning numbers, and there were no hot corners for this draw. So there we go. There were no hot corners for this draw, and therefore that's wouldn't have gotten us the jackpot because the number repeated from the last draw. So you don't expect that kind of repeat. It's rare, but they do it just to bump the jackpot. It's a good thing for us because for those of you who do pools, when you split the jackpot, you're going to get a lot of money. So that benefits poolers when you split the jackpot. On a low jackpot, when you do pools, you don't get a lot of money when you do the split. When you do a high jackpot, for those poolers, you could get a lot of money split when the jackpot's high. Imagine splitting the $1 billion if you're in a pool. So now that 18 would not be in the new IDC system. Let's see where the 18 stands. This is the new IDC system for Friday's draw, and this is the 340 million IDCQ system. And let's look at 18. If I were to use a new one, 18 is not on the list. 31 is not on the list, so that we're safe. Why? Because when you have less coordinates in the IDC system, the chances you are picking the right numbers are high, because you notice from one IDC system to another, you want to change the IDC system as you win. You want to be consistent. You want to be up to date. And 46 is in quadrant 2. 54 would be in quadrant 1. 61 would be in quadrant 61 will be in quadrant 3. So all 3 coordinates, 3 pairs of coordinates are in different quadrants. So 46, 54, and 61 are in different quadrants. And now 25 appears a lot of times also in this, is in quadrant 1. So sorry about that. If you have to use this IDC system for Friday's draw, you wouldn't play the same repeating coordinates on all those combinations. You try to pick coordinates that haven't been played from last draw to this draw, because coordinates on the IDC system won't repeat in a whole. So what that means is all those coordinates that have hit in the IDC system from last draw, all those coordinates won't repeat at the same time. You might have one or 2 coordinates that repeats, but you won't have all coordinates that repeats. So you're better off picking a different corner that haven't hit from last draw. And let's look at the IDC system for last draw. You can see the RV all digit 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is on the board. Digit 9 is over here. The lowest coordinates, lowest digit in the IDC system is digit 9, and highest digit in the IDC system, as we know, is the digit 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4. Digit 5 appearing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Digit 7 appearing 1, 2, 3, 4. And the obvious number, let's talk about the obvious number in the IDC system. You can see the obvious number in the IDC system are 5225. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times. And also another obvious number in the IDC system also are 57. 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. And also 0660, 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. And let's talk about the law of opposite attraction again. Now, if you don't think these numbers will opposite attract on the next draw, then you're on the right, then you won't play those opposite attraction numbers. Now, for instance, if you think your opposite attracts, then you gotta know which one opposite attracts. In the IDC system, you will have a glimpse of which number to play and which numbers not to play. The breakdown is important. And 18, let's talk about 18. 18 opposite attracts 36. 31 opposite attracts 13. 46 opposite attracts 64. 54 opposite attracts 45. 61 opposite attracts 16. So these opposite attraction numbers will not be played for next draw if you don't think it will opposite attracts. Now, sorry about that. Now, you look at last draws. 20 opposite attract 02 is not on the list. So 02 didn't get drawn. 31 opposite attracts 13 didn't get drawn. 40 opposite attracts 40 didn't get drawn. For 46 opposite attracts 64 didn't get drawn, and 61 opposite attracts 16 didn't get drawn. So that means that opposite attraction number didn't get drawn for the next draw. You will see that it will get drawn from time to time, but coincidentally, last draw didn't have any opposite attraction number from the previous draw. So if you like the video, please do subscribe, donate, share, and like my video. Use the closed capture button. Remember, nothing is guaranteed, but always trust yourself.